Hello everyone, thank you all for hearing our talk. We are now going to present the paper Words Matter, using machine learning to verify how words absolve or condemn defendants. In our age, we see many different texts in which we see the area of law being used, like court decisions, court appeals, and many other types of texts produced by lawyers, judges, defendants, and law professionals in general. And following this manner, AI and machine learning are very promising trends in the fields of computer science, and that opens new possibilities of research in many areas of knowledge, such as the field of law. In law, professionals usually write large groups of data that have, in general, hidden patterns that can be statistically calculated. As such, both law enforcers and criminals now use AI in their favor. As an example, deepfake technologies and algorithmic profiling are now extensively used. Two of the main goals in AI in law are automatic classification of case texts and more precise prediction of case outcomes. In this way, legal professionals benefit significantly from the kind of automation provided by machine learning. Judges and law professionals in general have very particular writing styles. Some judges write very concise texts, while others like to digress about the circumstances of the case, as well as social and economical factors that might be involved. Researchers have found that the formal facts of a court case are the most important predictors of a lawsuit. Moreover, textual content in various parts of the case are vital factors influencing the results of the judicial tribunals. In this project, we have used hierarchical attention networks that we are going to call HAN to see a sample of the most important words used to absolve or convict defendants. Those outcomes were also analyzed to find whether we could track hidden patterns in each of the outcomes, both in absolutions and condemnations. To the best of our knowledge, our work is the first to use this methodology, adapted to our final goal of checking the weights of each word in comprehensive documents to predict judicial decisions in Brazilian Portuguese. To begin, we have implemented a web text crawler to capture data from the ESAG, São Paulo Justice Court Judicial Electronic System. As the user of the ESAG can select many different fields to exhibit the judicial opinions, such as classes, subjects, different judges, process numbers, the crawler was able to choose the appropriate texts. Afterwards, the crawler saved the documents retrieved from the queries to files. As for the labeling process, we hired two Brazilian different criminal lawyers that were responsible for labeling each of those cases. The language adopted worldwide in the field of law is notoriously obscure. Therefore, we decided that professional consulting was necessary in order to better understand the outcome of each of the judicial cases fully. Instead of using the words in the documents, the words were transformed into their embedded form. Since machine learning algorithms work with numbers, not words, word embeddings are a very effective alternative to transforming words into mathematical values. So we have used the word embeddings given by Glove to convert the text, with 600 embedding dimensions. As for the machine learning, we have processed the data into 5 different algorithms: a multi-layer perception, recurrent neural networks, a long short-term memory, gated recurring units, and the hands. We also applied the tenfold cross-validation procedure in all 5 algorithms, and we have tested different hyperparameters so as to find the optimal set for each of the algorithms. As we can see in Table 1, after our processing step, GRUs were the best method to correctly label each of the cases in our dataset. The hands are a neural network architecture that highlights the importance of individual words or sentences in building the representation of the whole document, so we can emphasize the most important sequences of terms that affect the classification of a document. That is because not all terms are equally crucial for the classification of a text, and not all sentences represent the same meaning either. We can see in Figure 1 an example. The first sequence carries more importance than the second one to the classification of the text, and inside of each sentence we can see the most important words, such as crime scene, blood, and gunpowder. We have recorded 248,460 single words for the absolution texts and 466,461 single tokens for the convictions. We calculated the attention weights for each of those tokens. As we can see in Figure 3, when we take the 80% of the words in the middle interval of attention weights, we see a decreasing graph in which many words are not as important and just a few words carry a higher attention weight. All the mathematical coefficients for the attention weights are shown in Table 2, and the more detailed table is shown in the paper. In the absolution list, we can read many words relating to the context of the defendant, such as good, origin, and childhood. On the other hand, condemnation unique tokens contain several references to violent terms, such as homicide, aggravated, gunshots, and blows. By analyzing the attention weights of each outcome, we could see that words do have substantial effects on the meaning of the text.